everybody. I hope you guys are all having a great day. So, I don't really know what I wanted to talk about. I forgot. That was a senior moment. I totally forgot. Anyways, I'll just talk about this. So, how can you tell when somebody is healed? Or when somebody even believes in God? You know, there's a lot of people that go to church, and go to Bible study and do charity work and everything. But what's their home life like? How do they treat their wife? How do their children behave? I think that you could tell a lot about a person. Not necessarily, now, don't get me wrong. Adult children, they don't necessarily have to behave like the person. I mean, my kids don't. My daughter's got, you would never be able to tell that my daughter was my daughter. Her father is, or was, half Spanish and half Italian. And she's got the dark skin, brown hair, and she's shorter than I am. And so you would never be able to tell that she was my daughter. As a matter of fact, I remember when she was younger, probably like, I don't know, it was before she had my first grandson. So I think she was probably like maybe 18 or so. She and I went down to Charleston and we went to Bubba Gump Shrimp. And the waiter asked us if we were friends. And I'm like, no, I'm her mom. And they started laughing. It was funny. But how do you know? I mean, you know, I think that we can tell a lot about a person, not necessarily by the mask that they wear, but by how they talk about people, how they talk about a spouse or an ex, and the way that their children behave. You know, my children are well respected. They don't pop off at the mouth just because, I mean, they might to me, but I mean, come on, I'm the mom. You know, but they don't pop off at the mouth to other people or to adults. They have respect, you know. But when you are, first of all, I didn't realize until I started watching the tarot and a lot of the other guys out there that this whole energy thing was a big deal. I didn't know that people could like send, you know, negative energy your direction. That's one thing I had no idea. As a matter of fact, my soon-to-be ex-husband, he gave me a necklace that I took off right before Christmas, and because I loved it. It matched. I have it was a butterfly. I have a butterfly tattoo on my back. It's like a big one. So, he had given me a necklace, and there were I don't want to say feelings, but there was a lot of I guess I could call it not really resentment, but negativity that I kept projecting onto him, because he really would never see the truth about what was going on. And as soon as I took it off, I am not kidding you guys, I was like, wow, I just feel like I lifted a weight off my shoulders, and I've not put it back on ever since. I still have it because I like the necklace. It wasn't the fact that he gave it to me. I just really like the necklace. So I need somebody like down in the comments, put down like, how do I get a hex off of jewelry or something, okay, so I can wear it. Because again, I like the necklace. I don't like the fact that he necessarily gave it to me, because I could have found it at Goodwill. I found this ring at Goodwill. Actually, it's the Infinite Love. It matches my tattoo. This is the very first tattoo I ever got. You know, but I think that if your children are popping off at the mouth, then you need to sit down and do one of two things. You need to realize that, one, your children are there to test you. Two, your children are there to prevent you from going on your spiritual journey if they are so far off that spiritual path that there's no hope in them coming back. And three, adults are responsible for themselves. You're not responsible for your adult children. Now, you can help them. I mean, I help mine, but I'm not responsible for them. I don't pay their bills. I don't, the only reason why they live in my house is because of my grandson. I mean, both of my grandsons actually have some medical issues. My older grandson, he's allergic to everything, literally everything, including air. He has asthma. He actually just got out of the hospital last week. He was in there for 3 days because he has digestive issues. We think that he might have celiac disease, like my daughter. And my daughter, she's actually had a celiac disease since her teenage years, but we just found that out. Anyways, there's a lot that can be said about people about how they speak. I mean, are they speaking negatively about other people? And if so, then maybe you should question about whether you need to be around them or not. Because people who speak negatively about other people, they don't know the love of God, period. And it's because they don't want to admit it, they've never experienced it, or they're just so wrapped up in their own emotions that they don't care how they speak about anybody else. I know for a fact that this last 12 months, or 13 months really, has been an eye-opener for me. And I know that I've got a community out there now that can believe in me and what I'm saying, can see that I'm living proof that you don't have to let what is going on in your life affect you. There's a lot of negativity around this world, a lot of it, but we don't have to be part of it. We can choose to step away from it anytime we want. That's the beauty of God. The one thing I will say is for anybody out there who is going through something terrible, whether it be a death or a separation or a bad relationship or not being able to get along with their family, take it one day at a time. Stay in the moment. Do not project forward and get an idea and plan in place before you do something. When you separate yourself from any type of negativity, you're answering the call, period. Every single person, I believe, has the opportunity to be chosen. I think we are all chosen, but there's only a select few that actually respond to the calling. That is what we all should be doing, is responding to the call to show love and gratitude and compassion and empathy for others, but most importantly for ourselves. When we can show love for ourselves above anybody else, we can share love with others. But when we speak poorly about somebody to make us feel better about how we behave, then we don't have any love for ourselves. I've always thought that putting up boundaries meant that I tell people how I want to be treated, period. And if they don't treat me that way, it's okay to get mad at them. I did. And that's not true. Putting up boundaries means that not only do I become responsible for the things that I say, I become responsible for what I let come at me too. I don't allow people to treat me poorly and then just get mad at them because they did. I don't stay in situations that are not serving my greatest and highest purpose. I respect myself first, and by respecting myself, I can show respect to others. Anyways, I know I just rambled a lot, so forgive me, and have a great day, guys. Bye.